Hello and welcome to Late to the Real. My name is Stephen and this is the channel where I watch classic movies for the very first time and let you know what I thought about them. This has been going for a few weeks now, and over the past few weeks I've watched some classic movies and shared my thoughts on them. If you haven't checked those videos out, they're on the channel now, so after this go and check out the channel and watch those videos. It's been the likes of The Godfather, Jaws, Departed, so if you enjoy those movies, go on out and watch those reviews. Uh, yeah, and let me know your thoughts on them as well. And obviously, in this video, as you could already tell, as you've clicked on it, I've watched Back to the Future, and this video is all about my thoughts on that movie. So yeah, if you enjoy this video, hit that like button. It helps spread the word to the channel. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss another video in the future, and drop your comments in the comment section down below. What's your thoughts on the movie? If there's any future movies you'd like me to watch and review. So yeah, drop those in the comment sections down below. Now to a feature I added a couple of videos ago. There's a little background information on the movie. So here are some facts about Back to the Future. Back to the Future was directed by Robert Zemeckis and written by Zemeckis and Bob Gale. The idea for the movie was conceived in 1980, with the movie being released in 1985. Zemeckis and Gale were apparently desperate for a successful movie after a succession of failed attempts. It would become the highest grossing film of 1985, so that depression certainly paid off for Zemeckis and Gale big time, as it brought in a whopping $398 million, mind-boggling amount of money. The cast of Back to the Future featured Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Crispin Glover. After all that, let's get into my thoughts on Back to the Future. Overall, really enjoyed this movie. I thought this was a really fun watch. A really good watch. It was on for about an hour and 50, nearly 2 hours, and I thought the 2 hours flew by. Just nothing too intense, nothing too in your face. You could just sit back and enjoy it. But before I get to my overall thoughts, I'll kindly break down some of the scenes. Uh, Straight off the bat, Marty getting blown away by the amplifier and all the clocks going off for 25 minutes late. That tickled me. I just really enjoyed that. Love Duck already. So yeah, just the mad scientist is played to perfection. Uh, Scene where he shows Marty the time machine, I thought was really good as well. And yeah, and then obviously Doc gets shot by the Libyans. They're at in the parking lot, and obviously Doc has stolen the plutonium from Libyan terrorists, and the Libyans find them and take Doc out, uh, or so we think. Where it's not actually confirmed or anything that he has died. So, but at this point of the movie, I was thinking like, why do I develop favourites? Like, I developed an early favourite in The Godfather, and then he got killed, and then it's happened here again. Well, I thought he's been killed. And I developed an early favourite in Doc, and bang, just killed pretty much half an hour in. So yeah, at this stage of the movie, I was like, what's the actual point in developing a little favourite? Because they just get killed. Also, that's that pretty big scene where Doc is shot by the Libyans, and then Marty tries to basically fight them off, and he gets into the time machine car and basically goes to 30 years in the past, 1955. So this was a little bit that confused me a little. Before going into the movie, I thought this was a movie going into the future. That's what I had in my head. I thought this would be a movie about them being in the 80s, and then maybe finding out what the early 2000s would be like going to the future. But then obviously it makes sense, like going back to the future. Uh, with Marty going back to 1955, obviously it's easier for a movie to tell going back in time rather than try to guess what happens in the year in the 2000s. So it's a lot easier and totally get it. So yeah, that was kind of messed up my mind a little bit, but it totally makes sense the way they've done it. It makes far more sense going back to 1955 and then trying to get back to the future. Uh, yeah, also pretty epic the way Marty gets sent to 1955. It was, and just the initial scenes like with like going around in the cafe, being next to his what would be his dad, and then going and seeing his family. It was like I thought it was pretty funny to be fair. It's like and then finding that his dad was a bit of a dirty Pete film. It's like, okay, and then obviously the his mum actually he's with his mum when she was a child, well, teenager, finding him just totally enamored with him and wanting to be like basically wanting in his pants. That's a little hilarious and also a little creepy at the same time, obviously knowing the backstory. But yeah, and then Hallelujah, 1955 Doc is back. And he's back in the movie 1955, so no totally done in the movie, which is perfect for me. And obviously, I've watched the likes of like DC Legends of Tomorrow, where they go back in time and try and fix events from in the past. So kind of knew once Marty went to 1955, he was trying to get back to 1955 that he would ruin the timeline and obviously make things worse, try to repair it, and that's exactly what he did. Basically, he had a picture, and his brother and sisters were fading away, and yeah, and he's basically ruined the timeline by not having his mum fall in love with his dad. Basically, his mum's fallen in love with him, so he's had to repair this. And yeah, it takes a good few tries to try and repair it. All very thought it was pretty funny just the haphazard way he goes about it. Uh, I also tried to convince Doc in 1955 that he was this ended up being this genius. Also had a lot of failed experiments at the time. So yeah, very enjoyable part of the movie. Also getting towards the end of the movie now, and it's like they're going to the ball where Marty's trying to get his mum and dad together, and they fix this plan where they would come together. Well, Marty would have to end up taking his mum to the ball and then try and get them together. And then obviously the bully comes in and tries to rape uh, his mum, and then McFly comes in and punches, and everything fixed, looks fixed, but then it doesn't, and then so because they have to go and kiss at the ball to fall in love, so they have to the band gets hurt in the melee as well outside, and where when McFly punches a bully. Yeah, so I really enjoyed all this, and then Marty, who plays the guitar at the start of the movie as well, he plays with the band, and then they end up kissing, and all is right with the timeline, or that part of the timeline anyway, and just it's an absolute roller coaster of emotions. It's a lot of fun as well, and I think Marty was a bit OTT with the guitar solo, don't you think? It's like he kind of got lost in it, and also nobody in 1955 had saw a guitar solo like that. So yeah, and also I was getting a wee bit annoyed with Marty trying to tell younger Doc what happened in the future. I was like, just leave it alone. But Doc doesn't want to know what happened to him, and yeah, and just I was absolutely gripped at the scene where Doc and Marty attempt to get Marty back to 1985. So obviously Doc's on the at the clock on top of the clock tower type thing at the clock face, and his cable has come off, and he has to figure a way of getting it before the lightning comes. And yeah, it's just absolutely brilliant. Marty, yeah, Doc eventually managed to get down and connect the cable before the lightning comes, and then Marty just whooshes down and gets back to 1985. But not all as it seems. He gets back to initially it looks okay, but then when he gets back home, things have changed. The timeline hasn't went back to how it was. No, sorry, I've jumped ahead. He got back and basically get to a repeat of the scene where before Marty goes to 1955, uh, where Doc gets shot by the Libyans when when Marty goes to find Doc. Doc had a bulletproof vest on. He was completely fine all along, and hallelujah, didn't deserve to go, and just brilliant. And then obviously Doc was just going to have his fun in the time machine. I think he said he was going to go 30 years in the future to see what I thought the movie was going to be about. And then obviously Marty goes home, where he wakes up after a long sleep, and not always well with the timeline as he thought it. The timeline had changed. So basically, the roles had switched. So McFly was his dad was working for the bully, the school bully. I can't remember his name. His name escapes me. I'll just call him the school bully. At the start of the movie, at the end, it's switched. McFly is suddenly this confident person who is obviously always getting bullied and never confident, always letting the bully do anything they wanted to him. Now it's totally reversed. His mum was a bit chubby, but now very slim and happy with herself, and it just seemed a very confident family. Where in the past it wasn't. The mum was very unhappy. Uh, they seemed happy and confident family, and the bully was working for McFly, cleaning McFly's car. So the timeline was a bit messed up in the end, but maybe it was messed up for the good. Maybe it worked out well. Marty seemed happy, and then obviously it ended with Doc coming back and them try to go back and fix some things. But yeah, overall, I just really, really enjoyed it. I just thought you didn't have to concentrate 100% on it. If you wanted to, you could dip in and out. But yeah, I just thought it was a really, really enjoyable movie, and I can understand why it done so well. And looking back, obviously, I've watched DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and that's all about time travel as well. And it feels like Back to the Future is a bit of an inspiration for this show, uh, or for this comic, as it was as well. And just yeah, just a very very enjoyable watch. Enjoyed enjoyed all the characters. Like Doc was, I thought played absolutely superbly. The mad scientist, thought he was superb. Uh, Also a big breakout role for Michael J. Fox, I would imagine. Obviously, I don't really know what he'd done beforehand before this, but feels like it would have been a breakout role for him. And yeah, I just thought it was a very very enjoyable, as I've said, and yeah, just nothing really bad to say about it. So I'm not going to give it 10 out of 10 because it did have twists and turns. Like I thought Doc was dead, but he wasn't. Uh, I'm going to give it a solid 8. Yeah, I think it deserves a solid 8. I think it was really enjoyable. It's something you can go and watch back. I don't think I will go back and watch it, but it's definitely something that you can go back and watch uh, quite a few times, and yeah, and just have fun watching it. no offensive. It's just some good laughs in it and some heartbreaking moments, some frustration moments, but some feel good moments, and it's a feel good film, isn't it? And yeah, I would thoroughly recommend it to anybody. And that's going to be all for me today. If you've enjoyed this, look back on Back to the Future, hit that like button so it helps spread the channel. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss another video in the future. And yeah, look out for the next one next Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time. Yeah, see you later.